This section is an algebraic review of graphing lines and equations. First of all, let's look at some formulas. Here we have m, and if 2 points on a line, x1, y1, and x2, y2, then the slope can be given by the change in y over the change in x, which is y2 minus divided by x2 minus x1, or you can switch them around, y1 minus y2 over x1 minus x2. So it's the difference in the y coordinates divided by the difference in the x coordinates is your slope, where x1, x2, y1, y2 are all numbers. Slope-intercept form of an equation of a line, y equals mx plus b, y and x stays variables, m is the slope as given by this equation, b is the y-intercept, so that's where the line hits the y-axis unless it's a vertical line. Here we have another equation for a line, very useful one. It's called point-slope form. If you have the slope of a line, you put it here as m, and if you have a point, then it goes into x1 and y1. So, and y and x are still just the variables you need to have for the equation. So, slope-intercept is an equation of a line, point-slope is another equation of a line. They're two different forms. Here we have the equation for a horizontal line. It's just y equals b, where b is the y-intercept. So, y equals some number b. So there's no x. And here we have a vertical line, x equals some number. So x equals, say, 2, vertical line at 2, where a is your x-intercept. So horizontal is just y equals, vertical is just x equals, and these are two very versatile types of equations we use for lines, and this is how you get the slope from 2 points. So there's a lot of examples. Okay, well, write an equation of the line with the slope that goes through the point. So the best way to do this is to use point-slope form, since that's what we're given. Y minus y1 is equal to m times x minus x1. So we have y minus negative 6 is equal to 1/3 times x minus 3. Y plus 6 is 1/3 times x minus 3. That's perfectly fine as an equation of a line. To get in slope-intercept by itself, so you distribute the 1/3, and then you subtract 6 from both sides, and you'd have y as 1/3 x minus 7. So this is one form of the equation of the line. This is another form of the equation of the line, but they're both correct. Let's try this one. Y minus 3 is equal to 7 times x minus 3. Here we have y minus negative 2, which is like y plus 2, is equal to 1/6 times x minus negative 3, which is x plus 3. Here we have y minus negative 9, which would be y plus 9, is equal to m, which is the slope, times x minus 1. So in not every case, we're using this point-slope form. Okay, over here we want to graph each line using slope-intercept form. So first we have to get them in slope-intercept form. This line is not in slope-intercept form yet. Slope-intercept form, y is equal to mx plus b. You have to get the y all by itself. And so I'll divide both sides by 2. And I have y is equal to 4x minus 1. And 4 I'm going to write as 4 divided by 1. So here's my graph. My y-intercept is negative 1. That's my plus b. My slope is 4 over 1, so I go up 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And I go over 1, so 1, 2, 3, 4, over 1. And I draw a line through those 2 points. This one, 11, you have to get y all by itself. So what I'll do is subtract 3x from both sides, and I have 9y is equal to negative 3x plus 18. Then I'll divide everything by 9. And you have y is equal to negative, well, 3 over 9 is 1/3. So negative 1/3 x plus 2. Okay, we have a y-intercept at 2. So 1, 2, and then our slope is negative 1/3. So I'm going to go down 1 and over 1, 2, 3 to get to that point, and I draw a line between the two of them. Taking a look at this one, number 13, y plus 7 equals 2x. To get y all by itself, I'll subtract 7 from both sides, minus 7, minus 7. So y is 2x minus 7, and put the 2 as 2 divided by 1. So here we'll say that this is worth 2 and 4 and so on. So each square is worth 2 in this case. So we go down 7, so 2, 4, 6. Here's negative 8, so negative 7 will be right here. And I go up 2 and over 1, so up 1, 2, and over 1 gets me to here. And so there's your line. So again, that's using y-intercept and slope. Okay, another type over here, just graphing a line. So this time, graph it any way you want. And so for something like 5x plus 4, y-intercept is 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Your slope is 5 over 1. 5 over 1 is going to put me way up over here. What I'll do instead, I'll do negative 5 over negative 1. So I'll go down 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I go left 1, and you end up over here, and then you draw a line. If I had done it by going up 5 and over 1, I'd be somewhere up in here, off my grid. Okay, 19, x equals negative 2. Hopefully you recall that if it's just x equals some number, that's a vertical line, so we go over to negative 2, and we draw a vertical line. And that's our answer. Here's 21, y equals negative 5. That's a horizontal line. No x, just y, so y equals negative 5, so we go down to 5 over here and just draw a horizontal line down here at negative 5. And then let's try this one. Y-intercept of 2, so I go up 2. Slope of negative 2/3, so I'm going to go down 2 and over 1, 2, 3 to get to here. And I'll draw a line through those. So every time you just need 2 points, it's just a matter of how you get them. In this case, a lot of times we use y-intercept and slope. Here we are writing the equation of the lines. Now this time we have 2 points, but we don't actually have a slope. We're going to need to get a slope. So to get a slope, m, it's going to be difference in x's. So m is equal to 7 minus 4 divided by 2 minus 3. 3 over negative 1, which is negative 3. And now that I got my slope, I can use either point, either one, to do my point slope form. So I can have y minus 7 is equal to negative 3 times x minus 2. Or if I want to use this point instead, y minus 4 is equal to negative 3 times x minus 3. If you were to get these in a slope-intercept form, you get the exact same thing. 2 different ways to write the equation of the same line. 27, again, we need to get a slope first. So 2 minus negative 2 over 10 minus 2, which is 4 over 8, which is a half. So then I'll use the first point here. Y minus 2 is equal to 1/2 times x minus 10, because if you recall, here's my point slope form. That's the one I'm using to put it into this equation. This time let's go ahead and get this into slope-intercept by distributing the half, and then we'll add 2 to both sides, half x minus 3. Let's try this one over here, number 29. Again, we have to have a slope, just 2 points into slope, so let's do 10 minus 0 over 3 minus negative 2, which is 10 over 5, because you subtract the negative you're adding, you get a slope of 2. And we'll use this point, so it's y minus 0 is equal to 2 times x minus negative 2, so that's x plus 2, or y is equal to 2x plus 4, if you want to put it in slope-intercept form. Oh, here we are, horizontal and vertical lines that go through this point. Well, horizontal is always y equals a number, and vertical is always x equals a number, and the numbers you just get from the points. It's just that simple. So horizontal line here would be y equals negative 11, vertical would be x equals 2. Over here, horizontal, y equals 2, vertical, x equals 0. Here, they'd both be negative 4. That's really all there is to it. Same idea for 36. And here we are supposed to graph using intercepts. So it's still now it's graphing lines like we've done a moment ago. We're using intercepts, which means you put in 0 for x and then 0 for y. And so if you put in 0 for x, 3 times 0 is 0, so this goes away. You're left with negative y is equal to 12, so therefore y would be negative 12. And so we've got to go down 12. Let's make each of these 2. So 6, 8, 10, 12. So that's down at negative 12. And then you go back and you make y equal to 0, and you get 3x equals 12. If you divide both sides by 3, x is 4. So 2, 4, so that's here. And then there's your line. For this one, half x plus half y is equal to 3. Half x plus half y is equal to 3. So same idea, just some fractions to deal with. Let's let y equal 0 this time. So we've got half x equals 3. If we multiply both sides by 2, we get x is 6. So I'll make these 2's again, 2, 4, 6. So there's a point. And then I do it where I let x equal 0. and I've got half y is equal to 3, and again I multiply both sides by 2 to get rid of the half, and then that gives me a 6 again. So I've got 2, 4, 6, so that's up here, 2 points, and so you can draw a line between them. Let's take a look at 41. If x is 0, then I have negative 2y is 8, divide both sides by negative 2, and y is equal to negative 4, so each square is 1 this time. Then I do the same idea, I let y be 0, so 2 times 0 is 0, this goes away, divide both sides by 2, and x is 4, so I'm over here, 2 points, draw a line. And finally, let's take a look at 42. If y is 0, this goes away. Multiply both sides by 4. So that cancels, and x is 8. 2, 4, 6, 8. So that's 2. And then if x is 0, this goes away. So divide by 2, and y is going to be 1. And so if that's 2, to keep the scale the same, there's 1. It's halfway up. And there's our line.